Good hello. Oh, let me seem like I'm turning. There we go. Good hello and welcome to As We Go Along with Angel Unboxing, where you send me things and I open it and show it off on our YouTube channel. But before we start, I just want to give a big shout out to two people out there, Mr. Bloody F Mess and Sister Tracy out there in Oregon. Hope you're doing well. Check out Bloody F Mess Official and Church of Rock on YouTube if you haven't. So, that being said, I got two packages from two good friends of mine. The first one I like to start, it's actually been sitting in my pile for quite some time, and I'm finally able to get it. But this is from a good friend of mine, Mr. Andy Peterson out there. Andy Peterson, drummer extraordinaire from Apocalypse Hoboken, the Muns, and local legend, and he's going to be a future guest on Fireside Chat with Angel, which we recorded it last month, so it'll be coming soon. Which, by the way, season 2 was a great run. I'm working on best of clip show of season 2, which is wrapped up in June 21st. So so our seasons start at the beginning of summer and go on for a year. So, but yeah, look out for that. So without further ado, let's open the first package from Mr. Andy Peterson. Let's see. I should probably get some, like, when we get a bigger budget, we're gonna get microphones so we can get that ASMR audience. That was actually pretty satisfying. So what did we get from Andy Peterson, who's coming all the way from Aurora? Anyway, book. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So my good friend Andy Peterson just sent through the mail a copy of Mickey Bereni's autobiography called Fingers Crossed. Now, if you're not familiar, Mickey Bereni was the lead vocalist, guitar player in the early 90s or late 80s, early 90s shoegaze band from the UK called Lush. If you knew me back in the day, especially high school, you would have known that I was really a super fan of Lush. Got to see them 4 times with the original lineup in the 90s. And I heard about this book coming out, I think. So it's Mickey Bereni, Fingers Crossed, How Music Saved Me from Success. So, and yeah, it looks like there's some, so yeah, I believe, okay, so right off the bat, of course there's pictures, and here's some awesome pictures of Mickey as a young punker goth lady. But yeah, I was a super fan of Lush back in the 90s. I think the first time I ever heard of Lush was on MTV's 120 Minutes, if you remember, anybody remember that? The Video Deluxe. And yeah, I just got gaga over Lush. Yeah, as far as in the shoegaze, I know there's plenty of bands, but I'd say Lush and My Bloody Valentine are like the two top tier shoegaze indie guitar rock band. But yeah, I've heard about this book. I think back when it used to be called Twitter, because Mickey's very active on social media. So hope you check it out. But yeah, I've been a super fan of hers, of her group Lush, and it's cool. Oh, and then of course there's a picture of Mickey with her co-writing partner Emma Anderson, and that's with an O, with Robin Guthrie of the other creative mastermind of the Cocteau Twins, who actually produced Lush, actually the first singles, and then the one album Spooky. So anyway, I could go on about Lush, and I'm really excited to learn a little bit about this lady. I mean, I know she's, just from seeing her in her glory days in the 90s, she just seemed like a really fun fun lady to hang out with. You know, obviously she was way older than me, so I was not anywhere near her drinking age in the 90s. So, but anyway, thank you again, Andy, for this lovely gift. So I'm gonna definitely check it out. So apparently this is a Sunday Times Book of the Year book, Mojo Book of the Year, Rolling Stone Book of the Year, Resident Book of the Year, and Rough Trade Book of the Year. So Book of the Year all around. Can't wait to see what she has to say. My next and last box to open is from a very good friend of mine, Mr. Mark Lux. Hello out there, wherever you are, all the way out in Pennsylvania. This one I already know what it is, but I want to just show off what I got. Let's see, how do we do this here without cutting? I know you have to cut away. Cut away. Oh. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this is always the... See, if I wanted to edit this, I could just speed it up, but I'm gonna share this moment with you, the audience. This is like I said, I kind of have an idea what this is. Actually, I definitely know what all this is. So, Athena has... Say hello, Athena.
Hello.
So, you have no idea what this is.
No, I just see you struggling opening the box.
Alright. Well, my man Mark uses mail order quite a bit, so this, I will say, nice work on the packaging. This thing is secure. All right. Yeah, this is a wonderful, well-packed. Shout out to you, Mark Lux. Very simple. So we got a piece of cardboard, but beneath. All right, so there's two things in here. And of course, this was something I was not expecting to, you know, it wasn't something I was asking for or didn't realize that I needed in my life. But it is a tour book for the Rolling Stones. And yeah, there it is, 1972. This is the Exile on Main Street era of the Stones. So for all you fans out there, there's a hellish documentary called Cocksucker Blues. Yes, I said it. That has never been released. It was shot by a Swiss photographer named Robert Frank. He's did this book of rural America, traveling around. You know, it's amazing artwork or photo art book. But he's also done films, and he famously did the Rolling Stone movie from this tour I mentioned, which is a very kind of like the most unglamorous portrayal of what it is to be on tour, especially in the early 70s. So let's see, how do we enjoy this together? So yeah, there's the front. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting picture. I've never seen of Mick Jagger. So, and there's Mick and Keith. You know, I can't tell if they're winding down from the show or they're about to get started. You know, looks like they're about to get ready. Keith looks, at least he's awake. You know, and then there's Mick and Keith on stage, right? Yeah. So I guess if you went to see the Stones in '72 and you had some extra money for a t-shirt, you'd probably get a tour book. There's Bill Wyman, OG bass player, Mick Taylor. Just 2 years in with the Stones. And let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. So let me see, who is that? So I don't know who that lady is. I certainly know who this fella is. This is Nicky Hopkins, who is one of the most renowned British session players, keyboardist. He played on a lot of the Stones records. Also played on the Beatles, Revolution. What else? played a Jefferson Airplane. He's I mean, he was such a prolific, and he was the go-to guy if you wanted some really good keys. But yeah, Nicky Hopkins, and he was touring with the Stones on this particular tour. Oh yeah, and then I'll flip that over. Live shot of the Stones somewhere. Yeah, they had some pretty unique light shows for the 70s. There's some more of them. There they are rocking. Yeah, I mean, I love the Stones. I wouldn't call myself like a super uber fan, but this particular era of the Stones, like '69, obviously the "Gimme Shelter" movie, and this era is like, for me, that's like kind of gold. That is all gold. So, oh, and then that is Bobby Keys, who's one of the horn players who him and Keith Richards, I believe, shared the same birthday. And then there's Mick, and then there's Mick and Keith before Keith got his teeth fixed, so no judgment there. But yeah, he had a very gnarly 70s look. And then, oh my God, Bill Price, another legendary horn player in the 70s. And the Stones toured with Bobby Keys, and I believe that's Price, Bill Price. Correct me in the comments. And yeah, there he is. Probably like the Stones would get together in, oh, this is the mansion they were staying at, getting ready for their tour. I've seen it in the movie, but they're probably just hanging out, relaxing, doing a lot of stuff. Oh, and there's the man himself, Charlie Watts. R.I.P. man. Great drummer. More shots here. Yeah, I mean, you kind of get the idea. Yeah, this shirt is, I don't know how I could drum with that shirt on. All right. And, well, and then there's Mick Taylor again. Always rare to see him. Well, let's see if there's anything worth. Oh, yeah. I can guess that this is probably Mick Jagger doing the Midnight Rambler. Oh, and then there's Keith with a Coke patch on his jacket. So, anyway, that's fun. Yeah, it's a really, like I said, this era of the Stones, I'm very much a fan of. So, cool to have, and I'll definitely share it with my friends, especially Jack Geezer out there. I know he'll enjoy that. And then, last but not least, LP. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was appropriate. So, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of Roy Harper? No? Well, either look him up, or I can give you a little bit of a I'll just give you the short version. So Roy Harper is a national treasure musician, songwriter from England, and he was became very, I mean, not to compare him to like Dylan or any of the other guys, but he's in that stature as far as like, but in England and Europe in general, just like very respected, well loved, and of course he was on the same, well, he was on the same record label as Pink Floyd. He played alongside Pink Floyd, my other favorite group. So he's been that name that kind of floats around in the Floyd world. He also sang "Have a Cigar" for "Wish You Were Here," and then of course Led Zeppelin wrote a song about him. Hats off Roy Harper. So Roy Harper is like, he is a god amongst, like, in the British folk, whatever you want to call it. Great player. So, but Mark, my good friend Mark, was telling me, like, asking me if I have any Roy Harper in the collection, and I say no. It's like, well, you need some Roy Harper. So he gave me some Roy Harper. Well, I didn't give it to me, but he gave me a good price on this. But this is Flashes from the Archives of Oblivion, and so this is a live record. When I did a little bit of, yeah, so it was recorded at various concerts up and down England at one time or another. But apparently, the story goes that the record pressing plant that were making these, well, first off, this was not on the original. There we can see
What was
that.
on the original?
Oh, gee, I think he's pointing at someone.
Oh, okay.
He's using his other finger to point at something, and so yeah, so apparently this record cost the cover caused major upset at the record pressing plant, to the point where they like the workers refused to press this record, and it caused a whole mess. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, these are I am looking forward to, and I apologize for holding on to this record, but I wanted to share it with everybody here. So there's the gatefold. But yeah, he's a cool dude, and actually I believe he just turned 85. He just had a concert over the weekend. So yeah, speaking of which, a lot of reunions in the last few weekends between Oasis, Captain Jazz, and then of course there was the Black Sabbath reunion that happened a few weeks back. So yeah, Roy Harper came out to perform a show, and I just saw, speaking of Jimmy Zeppelin, there is a picture, if you can see that right up here. But yeah, I think Jimmy Page is somewhere back there. But yeah, and my favorite thing about this record label, Harvest, is the logo. And so it's the English. I don't have any actually English issue records on the Harvest label, but probably one of my favorite labels that I would just like stare at. You know, like if you had a Pink Floyd album that logo was on, or even like the first couple Iron Maiden records, but they were all on Harvest. And I always wondered, what is that thing? It looks like a seed that's like popping out. I know I should look this up, but you know, before the internet, we could always be like, what is that thing? It's like a seed that's popping out of the earth, or a mouth trying to eat, or it could be the sun, or the sun setting. I don't know. You let me know. But yeah, I always get really excited when I see one of these UK editions, especially Harvest records. So. Anywho, that's all I got. So to make sure I didn't any other little things in there. No, I think that's just the records. I mean, while you're here, might as well pull out the other records. So. Oh, and of course, so another cool thing about you look at original pressings is some of this writing on here. Sometimes it even tells you the date of when this was pressed. So, but it just says it's made in Great Britain, and the patent numbers. Anyway, there we go. One more look at the Harvest. So yeah. Well, I hope you found that entertaining. Please hit like and subscribe. Check out. Right now we're at about over 100 videos of all kinds of content for your perusal. If you like chatting, if you like talking and cooking, there's the As We Go Along with Angel series. If you like chatting, there's the Fireside Chats with Angel. If you like to see what a live show looks like, there's the On Location. And I've made playlists aplenty, so please check it out. And anyway, thank you. That's all we got. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, and good night.